Depuis
Oh
1000
my
ans,
God!
sa silhouette réputée parfaite
That's
se dresse
amazing!
tel un mirage. La construction du Mont Saint-Michel,
MSNBC
suspendu entre
reported
terre et
earlier
ciel,
today that a
sur
team of
une île
British
cernée de
explorers
sable
had
mouvant,
identified the
ne
location
cesse
of an
de questionner
extensive
les
cave
visiteurs.
complex under the Giza Plateau.
C'est une prouesse qui tient au fil des années et des siècles et on se dit comment ils ont fait.
C'est un défi d'architecture, je pense, comment arriver dans des sables mouvants pour arriver à construire cet édifice.
Sans les machineries, tous les
outils qu'on a à notre disposition
actuellement, c'est assez impressionnant.
Une construction voulue selon la légende par l'archange Saint-Michel. En 708, il ordonne à un évêque d'ériger un sanctuaire sur ce rocher. Très vite, les bâtisseurs exigent du granit, plus solide que les pierres calcaires du continent.
Les pierres ont été trouvées à peu près 30 km d'ici, sur les îles Chausée. Ces pierres de Chausée qui ont été exploitées et qu'on a ramenées par des embarcations à fond plat au rythme des marées.
Sur la montagne sacrée, le chantier commencé au Moyen-Âge évolue pendant des siècles. Conscients de bâtir le plus bel édifice gothique au milieu des flots, les architectes dont on ignore le nom redoublent d'imagination. Une rampe, bien visible encore aujourd'hui, permettait de hisser les matériaux jusqu'au sommet du rocher. Le dispositif était actionné par une roue.
Cette roue, elle est en tout point semblable à celles qui ont servi, il y a 1000 ans, à monter les pierres que les bateaux amenaient au pied du mont. Les hommes marchent dans la roue et elles tirent sur une rampe un chariot. Le vieux chariot qui est là accroché pouvait porter 2 tonnes par trajet.
Des pierres scellées jusque dans les entrailles de l'abbatiale, comme ici, dans la chapelle Notre-Dame des 30 Cierges, clé de voûte de l'édifice. Des cryptes comme celle-ci sont disposées aux 4 points cardinaux du rocher.
Ces cryptes elles servent de soutènement. Sans les cryptes, il n'y avait pas cette grande église romane au-dessus de nous, construite il y a 1000 ans.
Malgré les tempêtes, le Mont Saint-Michel a su traverser les siècles. Une longévité qui force l'admiration. Mais les moines qui vivent dans ces murs n'oublient pas les menaces qui pèsent sur le mont, comme l'ensablement.
Aucune œuvre humaine n'est intemporelle, n'est éternelle. Toute œuvre humaine, à des moments donnés, se tasse, s'effondre et on reconstruit.
Un monument qui, 1000 ans plus tard, résiste au temps qui passe et aux 2,5 millions de touristes qui le visitent chaque année.
Les sports à présent, et on reparle ce matin des suites de l'affaire Vinicius et du racisme dans les stades espagnols.
Por cierto, el culpable es una víctima que a veces pasa por culpable.
Very big.
Empieza a decir,
not sure how old it is. They're switching to night vision.
No, Vinicius, que se queda claro, es la víctima de todo esto.
Interesting aroma in here.
Tiene que parar esto.
Bats, go on.
Estamos cansados.
This is the way that comes in.
Pasa Xavi, pasa Vinicius,
More
pasa racismo, pasa a muchos otros. Atrás de los banquillos pasa de todo.
Here.
¿Qué es?
And in here they found
Es un deporte. Condenar,
lots of mummified birds.
Empezar a condenar
Ah.
hace mucho tiempo.
But here's the rest of your tomb of the birds.
Condenar,
Oh
tiene
my
que
God!
actuar. Que todavía
That's amazing!
MSNBC reported earlier today that a team of British explorers had identified the location of an extensive cave complex under the Giza Plateau. few weeks ago, we reported on the discovery of a huge cave complex running beneath the Giza Plateau in Egypt. British explorer Andrew Collins announced the discovery last month. But in an internet blog issued last night by Dr. Zawi Hawass, who heads the Supreme Council of Egyptian Antiquities, Hawass says there is no underground cave complex at this site. Last night, the story took the most bizarre twist of all in an episode of the History Channel series called Chasing Mummies. In last night's episode, titled Bats, Hawass was actually shown the cave entrance by the American film crew. It was hidden inside an obscure tomb and was not listed on any modern surveys of Giza. Hawass and the film crew were harassed by thousands of bats as they explored the cave complex for a distance of 350 feet, which was the precise length mentioned by Collins in his book published over a year ago.
We're in the cave system beyond the Tomb of the Birds. We've come back for the third time now. It's been a little bit of a situation trying to get in here, but finally we've got here. We're following up the possibility that there might be other things to find in this tomb, and obviously to push on as far as we possibly can.
Of all the archaeological wonders of the world, Egypt's antiquities hold the greatest fascination for many, many people. There are over 100 pyramids in Egypt and thousands of other tombs, temples, and ruins. In particular, the pyramid and Sphinx complex at Giza has always been a magnet for explorers and looters who have been drawn to the site in search of its treasures and haunting mysteries. And while the pyramids and the Sphinx are the most obvious monuments on the Giza Plateau, for several thousand years, people have thought that there is much more to be found below the ground. It has long been believed that something important is missing in Egyptian history that could perhaps point to the true origins of civilization. In short, many people believe that something of great importance remains hidden and undiscovered at Giza, buried under sand and rubble. The quest to discover this hidden information has become a goal for countless people.
My interest in Egypt started from a very, very young age, but it wasn't until the mid-1990s where I really started to have a more serious interest in the subject and researched it a lot deeper, and went out there and visited the sites, visited Giza 3 or 4 times a year, every year up until now. My main interest was that there was just something missing. Whatever you read in textbooks or watched on the television and documentaries, there always seemed to me something missing. There was an X chromosome or whatever it was that was like missing from the whole story. And so when I'd go out there, I would check everything that was in the textbooks, go and visit all the sites, visit all the little anomalies that were supposed to be there on the Giza Plateau, and still just carry on searching and searching and questioning everything that I could find and everything that I came across.
And my interest in Egypt started off back in about 1997, it must have been. I was enthralled by all the stories of conspiracy accounts and stories that were going on at Giza, secret digging going on in the pyramid, all kinds of stuff being covered up and hushed up by the authorities, all that kind of stuff. I was reading all the stuff on the internet and following all that, and I thought, oh, this is all very interesting stuff. I wonder what the truth is behind it. Around about the same time, I actually came across an account of what turned out to be the Osiris shaft, which actually described it more in terms of being part of a fabulous underground network. But the thing was it did tie it in with archaeologist's report, someone called Salim Hassan, Dr. Salim Hassan. So I thought at that time, well, if this archaeologist's report is being referred to in this book, it must exist, so I'll go out and find it, and try and find it. And that set me off on this quest of trying to reconcile the story that the imperative of the Rosicrucian order gave about this complex of underground rooms and chambers and tunnels at Giza